Tēnā koutou katoa. I hope you're all faring as well as can be through the latest experience of the COVID alert response and the lockdowns that we have undergone. During the past week, we've celebrated the festival of the builders of the church in New Zealand. It's an opportunity to look back on generations that have gone before us and the ways in which they have worked to see God's church be built. From the times of Aotearoa and Marsden in 1814, when the gospel was proclaimed first on New Zealand soil, through those generations of missionary families that came and began to establish the gospel in different places around New Zealand. Through the challenges of the New Zealand wars and the latter part of the 19th century that saw so much more settlement, and the church established itself more and more as a settler church and losing its indigenous roots. Into the 20th century, as we saw so many church buildings established and parishes grow up, and into the latter part of the last century and through this century, where we have begun to try and understand ourselves more and more as a unique New Zealand church, our identity as cultural partners together, and the establishment of our life in its three tikanga. In each generation, great endeavours, many challenges, and of course in our own time we are facing them now as we understand how to be the church through a pandemic. So much of our life translated into an online virtual reality. And yet the opportunity to see the essence of the life of the church still as a gathered people, people being brought together, united in our life in Christ, and seeking still to offer our worship to God and seek our lives in service to others as we make known the good news of Jesus and the love and the boundless life of our God. So amidst all that's challenging us at the moment, let's try and see the blessing of that as we establish and build the church in our time and still continue to be bearers of the good news of Jesus Christ.